Well, I was raised, brainwashed that when I graduated from high school from my parents that I would be going to college. They did that with my brother and my sister, and actually I'm the only one that wound up finishing college. And but they just ingrained that in our minds that we would be going to college. So I had no role models because my parents didn't go to college, and my dad had a GED. My mother didn't finish junior high. And I think I was the first male in my generation of the family, extended family, that went to school right out of high school, or went to college right out of high school. So I had no idea what I was doing. I started out at Howard College, and I graduated from Big Spring, so I went to Howard College and reached 3 semesters there, and always knew I wanted to come to Angelo State because I had my sister who started coming to Angelo State about 2 years before me. And so I thought, okay, that's where I need to go. But I had no idea what I was doing. And what I liked about it is that they were small enough that I could sit down with someone personally right in front of me, and they could tell me exactly what steps I needed to take. Okay, you need to do this first, then this step, and then we can get you into class, right? And here's how you're going to apply for financial aid, because I needed financial aid. So that's how it started, and that's how I got enrolled. I was very impressed with the entire organization of Angelo State University. Everything from the grounds, the landscaping, which looked so nice, and the buildings that looked very well kept and organized, and to the process of actually going to class, getting the input and feedback that you needed from your instructors, and their organization, the way they work together, and the way that they just help you. They're interested in helping you get through their class. It was not, I never got a sense that I was just being left out or forgotten and just someone else in the class. I always got the sense that communication was open lines, very accessible, which makes a big difference, especially when you don't know what you're doing, and this is a new experience to you, and you go and ask questions, and there were no stupid questions, there were no dumb questions, and they would be so ready to help out. And I really think that helped me get through it, because I might have become disheartened about the whole process had that not been the case. I was never really ever great at math, and got through my college math with help of tutors, and that was a difficult subject, but I always liked the adventurous side of things, and thought, okay, criminal justice and government. And at that time, ASU had a dual degree that was combined government with criminal justice. It was a combination, it's one degree, and it had a supporting concentration that they called at that time, which was a minor of psychology and sociology. So the whole the curriculum was set out for you for government and criminal justice, and my goal was to maybe enter a federal criminal justice agency like FBI or DEA or something like that, or I was thinking of even attending law school at the time. And I was working part-time, of course, worked throughout my college career, and had a security job at the mall at Sears, which was pretty cool because I was a criminal justice major and worked in security, and got to work with local prosecutors and got a little taste of that, which was really cool and very enlightening, actually. That education was very real, and going to class and it really got me interested more in working with people and working in the criminal justice field. But then the psychology part really interested me as well. Just understanding how the mind works, how the person works, and the different stages of life, and how the mind works at the different stages of life, and how we grow or stay stagnant or never progress if we choose. But so that really interested me, and after that, after I graduated, I got into juvenile probation. I was a juvenile probation officer in Dallas County, And after that, I came back to San Angelo. Dallas was just too big of a metroplex for me. Came back to San Angelo and started working with the adult probation field. And when I went to Dallas, I was actually looking at going into the police academy in Fort Worth. And I had done my internship through ASU through the local police academy. So went through the police academy for one whole semester and pretty much went through the whole police academy that police officers go through, but as an intern. And that was very eye-opening as well. And now I'm seeing all those friends that I met at that police academy that became police officers, and they went through the ranks at SAPD. Most of them are now retiring. It's been a while, but that really got me interested in more of that. And when I was in the DFW area, I had actually applied to Fort Worth, and I was married at the time. We had 2 little girls in the DFW area, and we wanted to move back to San Angelo. So the deal kind of became, okay, if Fort Worth PD calls me, then we'll stay in Fort Worth. If they don't call me, then we'll move back to San Angelo. Well, San Angelo called me first, and so I wound up at adult probation. And about a month after we moved back, Fort Worth PD called me. So that didn't work out. And law school, not because I didn't try to law school, we just went a different direction in our young married lives. My wife at the time decided to go a different direction and came back to San Angelo, and I was at adult probation for about just over 10 years. And at the end of that 10-year period that I was there, by that time I had served several different positions. I was on a statewide committee with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, serving on a statewide committee. I was a state trainer where I trained adult probation officers from all over the state on 2 curricula. And I was really enjoying what I was doing. I was in charge of my own budget at the probation department, providing treatment, substance use disorder treatment to probationers all over the state. I was in charge of contracts with that budget to ensure that any probationer that needed treatment, that they got screened, assessed, and they got into the right treatment program. And that was my job. So while I was doing that job, I was contacted by my current employer, the Alcohol and Drug Awareness Center for the Concho Valley, about the possibility of serving as their chief executive officer, executive director at the time. And it's something I really had to pray about and something I had to really think about. And it took me about 3 months to make that decision. But just about every month I would say no, and then they would call me back, which was flattering, to say the least. Is flattering. But I really wanted to make sure I was making the right move, because ADAC is a nonprofit. And here I was at adult probation, which is a state-funded position, and it has retirement, has insurance, and moving into a nonprofit was a little scary. But these are things that I couldn't have done without the progression of experience with my degree that I earned at ASU, with the experience that I gained in my internship, and just the sequence of events that followed that kind of led up to this point that helped me get there. And I finally decided, okay, well, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to give this executive director, CEO position a shot and see what happens. And I did, and I thought, well, back then, maybe a 3-year investment in this position or a 5-year investment will lead me to other things, and I can go back to the criminal justice field. And as I entered the position as executive director at ADAC, the job was so demanding and it was so challenging that it gave me goals to reach for the organization and for myself. And I became involved in a state trade organization at the time with my counterparts throughout the state. That added more responsibility to what I was doing, not only locally, but at the state level. And it's just like the old movie line, just when I think I was going out, they pull me back in. So and the mission of ADAC is almost like a ministry where you get to serve others and you get to help others reach their potential and really get their lives back. And there's so much gratitude involved, and it's a very fulfilling position. And that's where I've been now for the last almost 22 years next month. 22 years. I really believe that the Concho Valley, San Angelo, our surrounding area, West Texas, even the broader West Texas area, and the whole state of Texas, Angelo State is a well-kept secret. We are so blessed to have this higher learning available to us locally. And it's a growing school. It's now it's connected to Texas Tech. The quality of education that we can get here locally it's amazing, and the cost is really affordable. Because when you look at a larger school and going to school at a larger school, the cost of it is prohibitive. It really is, and the quality of education that you can get here at Angelo State University. It's an amazing quality. It's people that you see that are committed to doing what they're doing at every level, whether it's keeping the grounds and the landscape looking immaculate and looking great, or every class that you take, every professor, the commitment, the administration, everything is just a blessing to have in this community. And I know it's a blessing to our organization because we are able to pull employees, we're able to pull team members, interns that come and learn from us that are coming here to Angelo State University. And so it enriches not just our organization, but our whole community in that regard. And I just encourage anyone, look into Angelo State before you start looking at these other schools around the state that may cost more far away, and you get the same, I think, a better quality of education if you stay here locally at ASU.